Good morning and welcome to my channel, A Country Life. I'm Jennifer. I've got Peter with me and I'm hoping that I still have the ice cream maker in the basement. A friend gave me one a long time ago. I always said we're gonna use it, and finally today's the day. I'm just assuming that I didn't get rid of it. I haven't gone down to look. We don't know. And it is so windy out here today. Yeah. I saved a recipe from some magazine over the last year or so for a strawberry rhubarb ice cream, homemade ice cream. And I was outside yesterday. I noticed that the rhubarb plants are actually growing, which is so nice to see. And I thought we'd see if we could get a little bit of rhubarb off of here. We only need 2 cups. Well, let's try to get some of the really tender ones if we can, Peter.
Like this?
Yeah, like the pinker the better. And just the little narrow ones. There you go. Those are looking great. We're gonna want a lot that look like that, okay? Let's see if I can do that. There we go. Oh, these are so tender. I can just do it with one hand. Look at that. I always put these leaves down, upside down around the plants. These are pretty little. They were not going to do a lot, but I always figure it's better than nothing. Kind of put them around there to try to block some of the grass from growing up around the rhubarb. And you can see, like, look, I had leaves, last year's leaves right there, and they're rotting down, and there isn't much grass. Where I didn't have any leaves, like right there, grass everywhere. All right, I'm down here in the basement, and this is where I keep all of like big kitchen things. So we've got our food slicer. That's actually hexafill paper for packing glass jars. I don't remember what's in that one. This is my food strainer. This is... what is that? Oh, those are my meat bags. I have no idea what's in here. That's interesting. Oh, that is actually some sort of flowers.
What does it look like?
This is the little mini deep fryer. That's nothing. There's a big coffee maker and a food dehydrator and the Nesco. And what's in here? What's in there? Is that another food dehydrator? No, that is my juicer steamer. There's a turkey cooker back there, another dehydrator. Look at, there it is.
You found it?
There it is, Maria. We're gonna have to pull it out from that side though, I think. Perfect. All right, so this says frozen yogurt maker and ice cream freezer. All right, well, let's go see if we can make this work.
It looks cute. It's like white with like pink.
I've never used it, Maria, and no, I don't know how it works. We're gonna have to take all the parts out and we're gonna have to wash them up and read the directions, and this should be fun.
Washing the parts right now. But the ice cream goes in here. This is what the ice cream goes in.
So far for the rhubarb ice cream, the strawberry rhubarb ice cream that we're making, I have 2 cups of diced rhubarb in here, a half a cup of water, and I have a half a cup of sugar, and I'm just bringing this to a boil. It's boiling around the edges, but I want it to come to a little bit harder boil. I'm going to turn the heat down, cover it, and simmer it for 10 to 12 minutes until the rhubarb is tender. We already measured out 2 tablespoons of the gelatin mix, and then we also need a half teaspoon of cinnamon. If you want to get out the half teaspoon out of here, we won't measure it yet, but we'll at least have it ready to go. So we need a half a cup of mini marshmallows, but since I only have the large ones, Maria here is just cutting these smaller. I don't know if that's necessary or not, but we're doing it. Once she has those cut, we're going to add them to the cooled rhubarb mixture.
Oh, it looks like spaghetti sauce. Can I pull it closer?
Maria is stirring the milk, sugar, and salt until it gets up to 175 degrees.
It's almost
It's
there.
almost there, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to measure out 2 cups of heavy whipping cream.
Oh.
It is fun, isn't it?
And we'll get to try ice cream I've never had before.
So now what we need to do is we've stirred in the cream and the vanilla, so we have to refrigerate this until it's chilled. Once the creamy, milky part is chilled, we will then stir in the rhubarb mixture here. I was just bringing in some food here for this weekend. Tonight we're going to grill brats, and I'm pretty sure in the next few hours I can get the brats to thaw. I brought in some buns from the freezer. These I picked up at IGA off of, or maybe Piggly Wiggly. No, IGA, off of their reduced, like, day-old bakery rack. And I know I can get buns for less than this at Aldi, but I mean, the bakery buns are always, I think they're a little bit tastier. And then brought in these hoagie rolls here, and I brought in some ham. I thought tomorrow for lunch we could, depending on if we didn't have leftover brats or what happens there, tomorrow for lunch we could always have ham sandwiches. I have some sliced pickles already. I have sliced tomatoes. I have lettuce. I'm out of cheese right now, but still, we can make like a little sub sandwich for lunch tomorrow. And then that got me thinking, I need to think about my tomorrow night supper. So I'm pretty sure that one of the last times that I went shopping at Aldi and I picked up some of the reduced meat items, I'm pretty sure that I picked up some boneless, skinless chicken thighs. And so I thought those would be so good. Last year for 4th of July, I marinated in Italian dressing the boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and Warren grilled them. And at the end of grilling, he would flip them every couple minutes and slather them with barbecue sauce. They were so delicious. Something about the combination with that Italian dressing, and chicken thighs are naturally just very juicy. And then the barbecue sauce, and must have been that it was summer. I don't know, it was so good. And that is what I want to do tomorrow night for supper. So hopefully, crossing my fingers, when I get down in the basement, I find boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Let's go. Okay, if I have them, they for sure would be in this freezer. Here's some chicken breast. There's chicken breast. I wonder if that's what I was thinking, was chicken breast. And those are chicken thighs, but they have bone in them. And that's not really what I was thinking. But I'm going to bring those up anyway. Okay, we are at the point now where we are going to mix the two together. So this is like going to be the ice cream portion, and this is going to be all of the delicious flavor portion. And so, yeah, why don't you just pour that right in there, Maria?
Will it have the marshmallow chunks the whole time?
I don't know. The strawberry rhubarb part smells really good, that's for sure.
What color do you think the ice cream will be?
I don't know. All right, and now it says we need to proceed as our ice cream maker tells us. So I still haven't read the directions, but we're going to get these directions read and figure out how we're going to do this. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to have to do this in the garage because we can't have that going for took the ice cream out after about 45 minutes of churning in the ice cream maker. And then we did put it into the freezer while we ate supper. It's still a very, very soft set. I mean, almost soupy, I would say. And so I'm hoping that by tomorrow in the freezer it gets, you know, firmer. But quite honestly, this is not a recipe I would make again. It has kind of a bitter aftertaste, and we're not sure if it's just if it's the rhubarb or if it's, you know, cinnamon. We don't really know. Anyway, it has a little bit of a bitter aftertaste. The creamy, sweet, vanilla-y, all of those flavors are yummy, but it's just that and the strawberry and rhubarb is tasty. Just the aftertaste, like I said, is bitter. But anyway, I'm gonna pop this back in the freezer now and try to get this to freeze up even more firm for tomorrow and try it again.
It's 14 inches.
Wow, Joe, nice job.
Thank you. Good, Mom.
Oh.
I think yours is bigger, Joe.
Yours is 14 inches too.
Look at that. Oh, Joe's looks a little bigger.
Careful, careful, there's a bead on there.
Whoops.
It's on his shirt. It's on his shirt.
Oh no, oh no. Oh.
Goodness.
All right. Oh, there we go. Good job, Peter. I'll hold it over here.
Can I? Neon orange twister tail.
Good morning. We are just going to continue this weekend of food. Let me turn the camera around. And we did scoot into Pick and Save here after church. And this was actually just sort of like splurge buys. Well, actually, I loaded the digital coupon, so I did plan on buying a couple packages of Oreos. I thought that would be, of course, delicious. And then we saw that when we were there, we saw the Doritos were on sale. When you buy 4, you got them for like $2 something a bag. They're normally $5.99. We'll tuck a couple of these away. The guys have a movie night this week. This was perfect. We actually got them at the sale price instead of running there on the night of. Some pizzas also for their movie night. That's kind of always their contribution. And then I did pick up a few ingredients here today. So whipping cream, buttermilk, half and half, red potatoes, and some green onions. And all of these items are going to be used in some food that I'm making today, so stick around to see what that turns into. And then we were totally out of cereal, and they had, when you bought 3 boxes of the Special K, you got them for $1.99 a box. So we got the cinnamon pecan, the chocolatey delight, and the red berries. And then let me show you these. These are also from Pick and Save. Now, 2 years ago, I think it was, I picked these up for Warren in, I think his are navy blue or whatever. And they are really, really comfortable flip-flops. And I, every once in a while, will slip his on if I have to go down to the basement or something. And I've said, those are so comfortable. Those are so comfortable. So today, they bought me an early Mother's Day present and got me some of my very own of these Totes flip-flops, which, you guys, they're so comfortable. There's something about the heel, and that's what I like the most. And I think Warren likes his.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see him wear them all the time. So just nice and comfortable. And you know what? They don't get stinky because there's no fabric to soak up any like moisture or anything like that. All right, that was our grocery haul. I will be doing some cooking in just a little while. Along with the ice cream maker came a little recipe booklet, so we're actually going to try one of these recipes today, and we're going to do chocolate chip ice cream, which basically just make a vanilla ice cream, and at the end, before ripening it, then you just add in the chocolate chips or shaved chocolate, whatever it is you want. So I have, let me get my right one here, I have 1 1/4 cups of milk, and I'm going to scald that, which just means heat it until little bubbles, well look, there's already bubbles forming from air, and then heat it until there are bubbles around the edge. And once it starts to bubble around the edge, I'll take it off from the heat and add in some of these other ingredients over here. So that was 1 1/3 cups of white sugar, a 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and I'm going to stir until this is all dissolved. And now I have 1 1/4 cups of half and half, a teaspoon of vanilla, and 3 cups of heavy whipping cream. I hope I can fit it in here. Okay, just barely. I'm going to stir this, and then I'm going to put this into the refrigerator for 30 minutes. And then I will get it going into the ice cream maker just like I did yesterday. So next up, I'm going to get some potatoes going because I'm going to try a new potato salad recipe today. This is called Tangy potato salad. It has some similar ingredients to my favorite potato salad, just a little different dressing. So yeah, I'm eager to give this a try. Of course, Warren heard me say I was making potato salad, and then he was excited until I told him that I was trying a new recipe. And he was like, why do you have to go and mess with something that's already good? So while those potatoes are simmering, I'm going to get eggs in. I only need 4 eggs for the potato salad, but I'm just going to do up a whole dozen because last week it was nice, whatever day that was. Was that Friday that I made? It was Friday. And I did most of the eggs as egg salad, but I left a couple out, and the kids really like that. So anyway, I'm going to get these going. This is the 5-5-5 method. Make sure it's sealed. There's 1 cup of water in there. Pressure cook, pressure level, high, back to pressure cook, and 5 minutes. It'll pressure up. It'll pressure cook for 5 minutes. Once it beeps, I'll hit the cancel button. Set my timer for 5 minutes, let it cool down, release the pressure, run them on or put them into an ice bath for 5 minutes and remove them, and the yolks are perfect. There isn't any of that green yolk. It's been 30 minutes now, so it's time to get the ice cream into the ice cream canister here. I'm going to get that going. I do that out in the garage because it is kind of loud, and for like 40 minutes or 45 minutes, that's kind of a long time. So I just, all right, there's my Instant Pot. I'm going to turn it off and then set a timer for 5 minutes so it can just release 5 minutes. Then I'll open up and release it the rest of the way. All right, but the potatoes, those are cooked and drained. And now I have to put 1.5 tablespoons of white wine vinegar over top of them while they're still hot. And I'm just going to put the potatoes on that ice pack. Let them cool for a little while here until I continue making the rest of the potato salad. All right, the 5 minutes is up. Now I'm going to let the rest of the steam out. As soon as that's all the way done. Let's see, it doesn't quite want to open yet. You gotta sometimes give it a second. There we go, and it opened. Take that off. And I need to get my ice bath ready. I guess I forgot to do that. I just used all of my ice for the ice cream maker. So when that happens, I just use an ice block like this. I'm going to fill this up with cold water, and that will be an ice bath. I have some of this zesty Italian dressing. I'm just going to pour that over my chicken thighs here. I want to put enough of it. I don't think I need all of it. I guess I have a little bit left. And I'm just going to let these sit on the counter because the ones that were towards the center are still a little icy. I had it thawing in the fridge overnight, and I guess that just wasn't quite long enough. I'm going to make the dressing for the tangy potato salad now. And I need 1/2 cup of buttermilk and 1/4 cup of mayo, 1 tablespoon of mustard, 1/2 tablespoon of minced onion, dried minced onion, 1/2 tablespoon of dill weed. That actually is the one ingredient that sold me on this recipe. That's why I want to try it, because I want to try it with the dill weed. 1/8 teaspoon of salt, and the same for pepper. I'm going to stir that up. Oh, and I need to put the vinegar in too. I don't want to forget that. So I also need white wine vinegar, 1/3 cup. Well, I really like the smell of white wine vinegar. I hope I like the taste of this. It's very liquidy. I'm not used to a potato salad dressing being quite so liquidy. The last two things to get ready for the potato salad is the radishes and green onions. In just about another minute here, I'm going to pull out the eggs and start peeling the eggs. Well, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do the recipe just the way it called. I tasted the dressing after it sat for, like the last 20 minutes or so, and it was just a little too vinegary. And so I thought, I know that Miracle Whip has a lot of vinegar in it, but it also has kind of a little sweetness or something. I haven't tasted it yet, but I just added in a little bit. Yeah, that's a little bit better. All right, we're just gonna go. Should we go for it? Well, I feel like I'm at a science lab right now. So I took a spoonful out to Warren with a potato and I had him try it because I was like, to me it just felt like it was too vinegary, and I thought, but I could probably manage it. And so I thought, well, I'll have him give it a try and see what he thinks. And he was like, yeah, I've had the same flavor out at restaurants and I've kind of been like, it's meh. And so anyway, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna pitch it. I feel badly about pitching that, but I would rather just pitch the dressing than pitch all of the vegetables. And that is the timer for the ice cream. So anyway, here I am, still changing up my original a little bit. I have Miracle Whip and mayo, and I used a little bit of buttermilk, and I used a little bit of buttermilk, and then just some dry mustard you can see in there, and then dill. So I am changing it up because I really, really, really want to have a potato salad with dill. I've just been really wanting that dill flavor lately. So I'm going to taste this and see what I think. And otherwise, these ingredients are pretty similar. I mean, the only thing that's not in here would be celery, but I'm not going to worry about cutting up celery right now. I'm just going to try to get this dressing to be kind of the new flavor that I want. All right, I just added a little bit of pepper and salt, some more dill, and another splash of buttermilk. And that is yummy. I think I'm still going to add just a little bit more salt, get that poured over this, and I am going to add in 2 more eggs as well. And I had to tie my sweater around my waist because when I went outside, it is so warm, almost a bit humid. We got a lot of, I don't know if we got a lot of rain. Warren hasn't let me know what was in the rain gauge yet, but we had a pretty bad storms last night. Just a really strong electrical storm. Lots of lightning, lots of thunder, a lot of cracks close by. Oh, this looks really pretty. I love the look of the dill in here. And then with leaving the skins on the red potatoes, that really makes it look pretty too. But I am just going to add a little bit more salt. Well, look at that. I just put the ice cream right into an ice cream pail, and I'm just going to kind of push the chocolate chips. I think they're naturally going to go down. One thing I noticed, it's still extremely soupy. So, and that is the max time for the ice cream maker. I'm not really sure. This is an old ice cream maker. It was a hand-me-down. I'm not sure if that's just how it is or if it's getting old, although all the ice cream maker does spin the little tub around. It doesn't do anything. It's not cooling it or anything. It's just a little electric motor. And we had plenty of ice, and we had the salt, and we had the water, and we had everything up to the top. It's pretty soupy. I did read a little bit last night about ripening ice cream and how you kind of have to let it set, and then you have to freeze it down and even stir it a couple times as it's in the freeze down. So I'm going to put the lid on this because remember the other day I went through all my lids, so I know I have a lid for this one. and there it is. And then what I'm going to do is just put it out in the freezer and just kind of stir it probably in a half an hour and then maybe in an hour. And then hopefully we'll have some ice cream later on tonight for supper. Lots of new recipes this weekend and just giving it a try. It's kind of fun. This is my kind of weekend. So this is what the chicken is looking like. And I don't really
Skin
have
got a
any-
little dark, but it'll be fine.
Oh, that looks delicious. And then you're just going to put some barbecue sauce on it now, or?
I'm going to put some barbecue sauce on it now,
Yep.
and then when it comes off, I will put barbecue sauce on the other side, and then we'll foil it, and we'll let it rest for 2 minutes.
Okay.
And it should be yummy.
Just right. Did Joe bring out the little red
Yeah, I didn't want
spreader?
it.
Oh.
I'm trying to minimize dishes.
Oh, yeah, you saw my
'Cause-
pile in there?
Yeah, I did, and I'm like, you know what? If I'm involved in that, I want the least amount of dishes possible.
Yeah, there's a lot in there right
There's
now.
a lot. I'm hoping I can get out of it somehow. Haven't figured out how yet. But,
Don't look at me.
well, I think Peter's got to do some dishes. He's over there filleting fish. Mr. Fisherman.
Nice try. Oh, that looks so good. Wow, Joe, you think you're really gonna like potato salad, huh? It's time to dish up the chocolate chip ice cream, and it is really, really good. Good flavor, grainy, not as creamy as yesterday's ice cream. So we continue to try new recipes, finding the right combination of creamy and flavor. I guess stay tuned. We'll see what the summer brings. So that about concludes today's video, or actually this weekend's video. I hope you enjoyed just coming along as we tried a few new recipes. I will put links in the description box below, or type out recipes if I can, and give you some of the changes and things like that that I did if you are interested at all. So hope you guys enjoyed that, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.